the distant kingdom of the Anitral, where the rivers glimmered like threads of silver and the mountains sang when the wind passed through their peaks, there lived a widowed queen named Alara. Her only daughter, Princess Leora, was beloved by all of her kindness and quiet grace. When Leora came of age, she was promised to marry Prince Aemon of the neighboring kingdom of the Varied. The old queen prepared her daughter's journey with great care. Before her journey, the queen gifted her a glowing crystal veil filled with sacred moonwell water. This will protect your soul, the queen whispered, as long as it rests upon your head. Leora lured away with her servant, Myra, who smiled sweetly but envied her deeply. The first few days of the travel were peaceful. The two women rode side by side, speaking of the kingdom that awaited them, and of the prince who had written kind letters to Leora. But as the road grew wilder and the sun harsher, Myra's tone began to change. On the fourth of the day, when their water was nearly gone, Leora asked her companion to fetch some from a nearby steep. Myra dismounted to fill her cup. While Leora bent to drink, Myra snatched the crystal vial and shattered it upon the rock. The air grew colder, solemn, rare, sneezing in alarm. The night under a crimson sky, Myra found Leora to swap clothes. From now on, you are the servant and I the princess. She threatened to leave her to the wolves if she spoke the truth. At the palace of the Variant, the guards welcomed Princess Leora, while the real princess was treated as a lovely maid. No one suspected the truth. The prince found this bride proud and strange, nothing like the kind soul from her letters. Yet how could he doubt royal blood? Meanwhile, the little Riola tended cheese by the stables. Each morning she passed under an old stone archway where the wind whispered softly, "Endure, my princess, truth will find its way." Solon was gone. Myra had ordered to kill him, claiming he has gone wild. The thought nearly broke Leora's heart. Weeks passed. Myra passed her into a life of luxury, though she was haunted by the Solon's absence. The prince, suspicious, began to observe her more closely, and his eyes often drifted toward the quiet servant girl who moved with a kind of forgotten nobility. One day, while tending the geese near the orchard, Leora's golden hair came loose from its scarf. The sun struck it, turning into the living fire. The young stable boy named Corin, who walked beside her, stared in awe. "You look like someone from a story," he said. "Are you sure you are only a maid?" Leora smiled faintly. "Stories often hide in plain sight." The boy laughed. But later he went to the prince and repeated what he had seen. The evening, the prince went down to the orchard himself. Hidden behind the trees, he watched the maid as she spoke softly into the wind. "Solon," she whispered, "if only you were here, I would tell you how my heart aches, how I miss my mother, how my life was stolen." The prince stepped forward, startling her. "Who are you talking to?" She froze. "No one, my lord, just the wind." But he had heard enough to know something was wrong. That night he went to the king, a wise ruler who loved riddles and truth. The king smiled knowingly. "Tomorrow bring them both to me. The wind will reveal what words can know." The next day, the great hall filled with nobles. The king told a story of a royal girl betrayed by her servant, of a lost horse, and a broken vow. Then he asked what punishment should be given to such a deceiver. Myra's face turned pale. She should be sent away to live among beasts, she gasped. The king's eyes gleamed. Then so shall it be? God sees her as she screamed, "No, I am the princess." The prince turned in silence. Suddenly a wind roared through the hall. Hoof beat thunder outside. Solon burst into the country yard, his mane blazing like light. Around his neck shone the crystal veil, whole again. The horse knelt before Leora, light surrounded her, and her true form returned. The real princess revealed at last, the court boy and the prince smiled a name. My heart knew you. Myra was sent to the god Monvel she had once defiled. Leorakor gave her, saying softly, "May truth keep you clean." The kingdoms of the angel and the Verdant united. Leora ruled with kindness and wisdom, always visiting Solin, her faithful companion. Years later, when the horse passed away, the queen sometimes heard his whisper through the midnight, "Your truth will always find its way." And she smiled, knowing she was never alone.